Okay, Assalamualaikum. Kami daripada kumpulan Grup 9 akan present bagi tajuk NET dan juga SEL. Okay. NET operates on a router usually connecting two network together and translate the private, not globally unique addresses in the internet network into legal addresses before packet are forwarded to another network. NET can be configured to advertise to the outside world only one address for the entire network. This ability provides additional security by effectively hiding the entire internet network behind that one addresses. Three main of NET exist in order of complexity from simple to complex. They are static NET. With this type of NET, a NET router maintains a table that associates each internal IP address with a corresponding external allocate contoh registration internet IP address. With static NET, you must register an IP addresses for every machine that connect to the internet. This approach is used very often because it doesn't save on registered IP addresses. However, static NET can be useful for making devices accessible from the internet. The external IP address will always to the internal addresses stored on the NET router. Okay, second, single addresses NET overloading, masquerading network address port translation (NAPT). With this type of NET, a NET router has only one registration IP address. The NET router maps each internal client that need to communicate with the internet to a different port from registered IP address. The router write the address request in the form. For example, 10.10.0.0.1 over 100 would be IP addresses 10.0.0.1 port 100. Response from the internet include the originating port so that the router know which internal IP address to map the response. The figure below illustrate the use of single address NET. The NET router in the figure maintain a translation table that specify the port each internal IP address used for external communication as follow. Okay, yang ketiga iaitu dynamic NET. With dynamic NET, a NET router maintain a list of registered internal IP address every time an internal client tries to access the internet. The router map it to one of the registered IP address that isn't currently in use. As a result, you need registered IP address only for number of concurrent internet user. Okay, thank you daripada saya, dan next rakan-rakan saya akan present. Sekian, terima kasih.
An SEL specify which user or system process are granted access to object as well as what operation are allowed on given object. Network SEL, a network access control list, is an optional layer of security for your VPC. VPC is virtual private PC that acts as a firewall for controlling traffic in and out of one subject. Maksudnya pada setakat ini, maksud SEL itu dia konsep dia seperti firewall. Okey, dia mengawal IP ataupun servis yang nak digunakan ke atas dia. Okey, kalau kita faham konsep firewall ni ialah sama ada kita allow or deny sesuatu access, sama ada masuk atau keluar daripada sesuatu network itu. Okey, you might set up a network SEL with rules similar to your security group in order to add an additional layer of security to your PC. Maksudnya SEL ni ialah salah satu features tambahan dalam security terhadap VPC ni. Okay, Cisco provide basic traffic filtering capabilities with access control list. Dalam Cisco sendiri pun ada access control list. Memang ada konsep ataupun operation access control list ini. Access list can be configured for all route, network, protocol, IP, AppleTalk and so on to filter the packet shortest protocol as the packet pass through a router. Maksudnya ke dalam router sendiri, access control list ni digunakan, contohlah kita nak allow traffic ataupun IP nak cross dalam ataupun nak di forward dalam router tu sendiri. Okay, berikutnya tentang standard access control list. Standard access list create filter based on source address and are used for server based filtering. Di mana kita akan buat pada source address tu sendiri. Address based access list distinguish routes on a network we want to control by using network address IP. Address based access list consists of list of address or address range and a statement as to whether access to or from that address is permit or denied. Standard ACL identify, maksud standard ACL ni identify the destination IP address of open shortest path or SPF. Maksudnya apabila kita buat standard access ACL ni, dia menggunakan konsep or SPF dalam router and can be used in a route made of SPS redistribution. Baik, berikutnya standard ACL ni do not look at the destination address, therefore we should place them closer to the destination network that we are filtering packet to. For example, if we want to filter traffic from A to B, standard ACL should be as closer of possible to network. Maksudnya standard ACL akan dikonfigure pada destination address tu sendiri. Maksudnya device ataupun router yang paling dekat dengan destination itu. Okay, the first value ini adalah contoh net ni lah. The first value specify the standard ACL number range. Maksudnya kita akan letak number lah 1, 2, 3. And then the third value is IP source address tu sendiri, dari mana IP tu datang untuk kita control. Okay, the fourth value is wildcard mask. Wildcard mask ni subnet mask tapi dalam bentuk wildcard. Okay, standard ACL not as a powerful standard access list. Less CPU intensive for the device. Can use an IP address to specify either a single host or range of IP. Can use the host command to specify a specific host only. Maksudnya dalam standard ACL ni kita boleh declare dia dalam bentuk host, satu host ataupun kita boleh declare dia dalam bentuk range.
Hi, Assalamualaikum Doktor. So, my name is Muhammad Haziq bin Zainal Muhammad. So now we are continue with the slide extended access control list, which we call also extended ACL. The function of extended ACL are filter a packet based on its source address, destination address, port number, protocol and much more. Extended ACL check the traffic against several criteria that has been set by the administrator. The criteria extended ACL are source and destination IP address, source and destination TCP or UDP ports, and the protocol types. The first value specifies the extended ACL number range. The second value specifies whether to permit or deny traffic according to the criteria that follows. The third one indicates protocol type, which is IP, TCP, UDP, and ICMP or other IP subprotocol. The source and destination IP address and their associated wildcard mask determine where traffic originates and its final destination respectively. So the next slide is ACL syntax. Access list is the command used. Access list number will show you the extended IP address list, uses a number in the range of 100 to 199. The next command is permit or deny. This will allow you to block traffic. The protocol command is to show the IP, TCP, UDP, ICMP, GRE and IGRP and etc. Source command is to show the source IP address. source mask is the wildcard mask. 0 will indicate the positions that must match. 1 will indicate don't care position. Operator source port is to show the port number and to make it operation which are LT, GT, EQ, and EQ. This all short form is for less than, greater than, equal, and not equal. The next command is destination. Destination is to show the destination IP address. Destination mask is almost the same like the source mask. The function is the wildcard mask. 0 indicate position that must match. 1 indicate don't care position. Operator destination port is same as the operator source port. Options command is to establish to see if ACK or RST bits is set. Log is to log the router's buffer or a syslog server. Now we are going to the next slide, ACL and net configuration. The first thing is we are creating an IP ACL. The first command is to enter the global configuration mode. Second command is to create the IP ACL and enters the IP ACL configuration mode. The name argument can be up to 64 characteristics. The third command will allow us to create a rule in the IP ACL. You can create many rules. The sequence number argument can be the whole number between 1 until many more number. The fourth one is an option which we can specify that the switch maintain global statistic for packets matching the rules in ACL. The fifth step will allow us to display the IP ACL configuration, and the last step is to copy the running configuration to the startup configuration. Other than creating an IP ACL, we also can change the IP ACL. To change the IP ACL, we need to perform some of these tasks. The first step, using this command will allow us to enter the global configuration mode. The second step will allow us to enter IP ACL configuration mode for the ACL that you specify by the name. The third one is an optional, creating a rule in the IP ACL. Using a sequence number allow you to specify a position for the rule in the ACL. The fourth step will allow us to remove the rule that we specified from the IP ACL. The next one will allow us to specify that the switch maintains global statistic for packet matching the rules in the ACL. The sixth step will allow us to display the IP ACL configuration, and the last step will allow us to copy the running configuration to the startup configuration. That's all from me. So the next one will be presented by my team member. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will my name is Ahmad Amirul Nukri, and I will be explaining about how to remove an IPACL. So to remove an IPACL from the switch, there's a few tasks that need to be done. So the first step is we will enter command configure terminal. So the purpose of configure terminal is to enter the global configuration mode. Then the second step is no IP access dash list name. So this command, the purpose of this command is to remove the IP ACL that you specified by name from the running configuration. Okay. The third step would be show running dash config. So show running dash config. The purpose of this command is optional, and it is only to display ACL configurations, so that we can really confirm that we have removed IPSL that should not be appeared. For the fourth step, we will key in a command copy running dash config startup dash config. This is also another optional command, and the purpose is to copy the running configuration to the startup configuration. Next, we will discuss on configure dynamic net. So, what is net? Dynamic net enable multiple internal hosts access to the internet by assigning each host a unique real public IP address for the duration of the first step in any NAT configuration is to define the inside and outside interface. It is imperative that we define these interfaces for the dynamic NAT service to function. So now let's see how we are going to configure this. First, we enable IP routing and set the fast Ethernet 0/0 interface as the inside interface. So the command is configure terminal, where we are already accessing the configuration, IP routing, interface fast internet 0/0, and we set it as inside, correct? IP NAT inside. The next step is to set serial interface serial 0/0 as the outside interface. Okay, so enter the command interface serial 0/0 IP NAT outside exit to end command. Next step is to create our pool of public IP addresses that will be handed out by the router to our internet host trying to connect to the internet pool. So the command will be IP NAT pool public -IPS 200.2.2.2 200.2.2.5 prefix -line 29. We now need to create an access control list that will include local, private, hosts, or networks depending on how large the internet network is. This ACL will be applied to the NAT pool named public IPS, effectively controlling the hosts that will be assigned a public IP address and therefore able to access the internet. You can use standard or extended access lists depending on your requirement. So the command will be IP NAT inside source list 100 pool public /IPS. Next is access dash list 100 remark control NAT service. Third one will be access dash list 100 permit IP 192.168.0.0 0.0.0.255. Correct. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Musamuddin. I will continue this presentation with configure static NAT. In static NAT configuration, we require 3 steps, which is we have to define the address mapping, then we have to define the inside local interface, and we have to define the inside global interface. Okay, we go to define the IP address mapping. IP address mapping will tell the router to translate between private inside server and the public address. This will allow a user from internet to access the inside server. The following command is used to map the inside local IP address with inside global IP address. The default command is we enter the global configuration, then type the following command: IP NAT inside source static follow with the inside local IP address and follow with inside global IP address. Okay, example here we have a public IP address 209.165.200.225, and the private inside server address we have 192.168.1.20. So the command will be IP NAT inside source static, start with private inside address and follow with the public address. Then we go to second step, which is define the inside local interface. We have to define which interface is connected to the local network. We will use the following command to define the interface. The default configuration command is ipnet inside. That we have example here. We have a router with interface gigabyte 01 connected with the local network, which is we need to the IP translation. Okay, we enter the interface configuration of gigabyte 01, then type the ipnet inside command we have done here. Then we follow the third step, which is we need to define inside global interface. In this interface, we have to define the interface, which interface is connected to the global network. And on our router, we have a serial interface which is connected with the global network. The below command we apply to define the inside global interface. We enter to the global configuration, then type the following command. As example, we have a router with serial 0/0/0 interface, which is connected to the global network. So we enter the interface configuration, then we enter the interface configuration of interface 00/0/0, then we type the following command, which is ipnet outside. So we have done here. Let's see the following figure illustrate this term. We have two local network and one global area. Okay, we have local, inside local, and outside local I've defined here. Okay, that's all. Thank you.